Have you ever had a major deadline or something you really wanted to get finished, but all of a sudden your body started to get sick, or all of a sudden you got very overwhelmed by things? And here at the threshold, right? Like, are we going to push through and make it happen and kind of sacrifice the signals, like ignore the signals and just push through, which is I think most of the business advice out there? Or are we going to take rest? Are we going to trust? Are we going to make sure everything will be all right in the end and take the rest that your body is asking for? Now, in this video, I want to not only discuss that, I'm in the middle of such a transition or such a thing. Over the last couple of days, I have been very, very slimy, and my body is cleansing a lot of things. So this will be a very slimy, low energy video in a way. But next to just talking about this, I really want to give you an even better way of looking at these things. As I'm noticing now, as I like, out of these two options, like I had a big deadline. Actually, today I should have finished my website. I wanted to have finished my website. I want to put all my courses on discount for Black Friday. And there was quite a lot of automation things and email automation and of course website design and a lot of things. I wanted to gather a lot of testimonials. There were so many things that I wanted to do this week, and I started to get sick and my body started to feel very tired. And I was like, okay. And I will tell you in a moment why I'm sick, and I will also tell you in a moment, like, you might be thinking like, dude, why are you even recording a video? Go to bed. I understand. But I will tell you in a moment why I'm still recording this video, because I feel inspired and I think it's good to just be real, even though I'm not feeling the best or the shiniest. Like, it's not about being the shiniest. It's also just about having a real connection with you, and and showing just life, like this is life. So you're not gonna always feel at the best. And even though I felt not sick for such a long time, I'm so grateful for my body to be healthy for such a long streak. I also know I am sick. I am sick because I shouldn't say I am sick. I feel sick because I did so many shifts this month. Like, there was the 1111 portal that we had a super powerful transmission. People are really shifted from that, and a lot of people started to after that say like, whoa, what was that? And then after that, the new moon was very powerful for me, and I really removed a lot of things out of my life, and I started a completely new lifestyle. Those two things together with all the energy work that I'm already doing was just like, my body was just like, okay, you did the energy work, now let's physically cleanse you. Let's physically put you on hibernation mode and cleanse you. So I'm in the middle of that hibernation mode. And why I'm still recording this video is because I found out that actually removing myself from the pressure of doing the website, of doing all of these things that were on my to-do list, like, oh my God, it's Black Friday. I want to put everything on sale for the people that would love to buy something. I was like in this mode of like, let's make a crazy deal for everyone. And it's immediately a great opportunity to put my website online and make everything new and all of that. I had to take a step back from that. And I'm like, okay, what is really important here? My own well-being and my own energy kind of processing, and my body giving clear signals, or me making sales and making people happy with my products. Of course, I would love to make people happy and I would love to offer something at the sale. That's always nice. It's always nice to sell, especially when everything goes to sale. But what unfolded was even better, because I took the step to say, no, I'm gonna take it easy. I'm gonna work when I can work, but also when my body feels I need to rest, I'm gonna rest. When I feel I don't want to watch screens and I want to meditate, I'm gonna not watch any screens and meditate. I'm not gonna be on my phone. I'm just gonna really take it very easy. And I did, and I'm doing still. I just come from a beautiful meditation, and that's actually why I'm recording this video. Because while I was meditating and I was feeling the vibe, I got so many ideas and I felt so connected with life and I felt so connected with you. And even though there's a like YouTube is a weird connection, right? Like even though you're watching me on a screen and I have pre-recorded this, still I feel, and with every video that I do, I feel connected with you. I'm not looking at my camera like I'm looking at my camera. I'm looking at my camera because I know that on the other side of that camera, there might be an interested you that also wants connection, that wants maybe spiritual grounding or wants some practical advice on life. And you might have been overwhelmed, or you with a lot of deadlines, or you might all of a sudden your body stops working while there's so many things going on. And you might feel like every time this happened before, you just pushed through and disrespected yourself and disrespected your own inner signals, and you might have get the job done and after that crashed. But maybe for you it's time right now to also say no. No, I'm gonna prioritize myself. So I want to tell you what happened when I started prioritizing myself. First of all, I got a way better ID to the deal, the Black Friday thing. So by taking a step back, I actually got a better deal or a better ID for every and for me to offer my services and to give myself more time to complete it. And it's just in every way it's a better deal that I just was not thinking of. And I wouldn't have been thinking of if I would put myself in this stress zone. I got a better deal. I feel I started getting better immediately. I feel actually this state of hibernation and as a little bit of this slimy, inflamed state of being, it gives me a very clear spiritual connection. And my meditations have been more clearly connected with divine information. I really feel um, like information comes in very clearly. Also, when you have a fever can sometimes really be also a spiritual experience, as you might have also noticed. So all of that is going on. And what I've noticed is, and you might also have noticed that the stress is completely mind made. Sometimes you have the feeling, oh my god, I have so much things going on. Oh my god, I feel so overwhelmed, and your body puts you into a state of you cannot work anymore, and you maybe don't work for 3 4 days, and actually you notice, oh wow, nothing really went wrong. All the things that I needed to do, some things were taken care of by themselves, and some things you actually had more time than you thought you had. So I think that's the biggest thing that we need to realize. Like stress is very mind made and is very unhealthy. Like there are some stresses that are not mind made. Like for example, going into a cold bath or a cold shower. That's a literal stress. Or um, in any way like a physical experience where there is just stress put on you. But most of the stress that we experience today is all just from work and from relationships and from things like that. And actually there is not really any stress. The only stress is mind made. But by putting ourselves in a stressful situation, we tense our body, there's less energy flow able to happen. We tense our minds, we narrow our minds, which makes it impossible for new ideas to actually come into our field. So we kind of lock into a narrow minded option, and we just have the feeling that really needs to get done. And we cut ourselves off and from our body's abilities to let a lot of energy flow through it, and from our mind's abilities to constantly receive better ideas from more high frequency places. So let's stop it. Let's stop being stressful. You might have noticed such an experience where you said, okay, I'm gonna just call myself sick, and you're sick for a week, and you're not going to work, and your next week you're coming to work, and you notice, oh, everything was fine. But the week before you got sick, you were very stressed, and the week before you were also very stressed. And you noticed, like, okay, you thought you needed to work a lot, and then, oh, I didn't do anything for 5 days, and everything is still fine. Let's stop stressing. Let's like, that just shows us like it's not needed. It's just simply not needed. But also, when you take a step back, and maybe even what if we proactively start taking steps back, new things can come that are even better and are more in divine timing. So I took the time to take it easy, and I'm still taking it easy. My website is still, it's almost finished. I just did some work, but I didn't do as much as I wanted to. The course that I wanted to prepare is also finished. I still need to organize it a little bit, but most of it is finished, and it's at the moment Black Friday. So even though I took it way easier than planned, I still almost got everything done with way less work, but also a way better idea came. And in this case, um, to make it practical, the idea was like, what, instead of giving them like give provide this sale for a weekend, for a long weekend or for a week, what if instead of that I provide the whole month of December a big sale? Whoa, that's cool. All right. And it excites me more, so that it felt more exciting to me. It is a longer period of where people can enjoy the offers that I'm about to offer. And it doesn't only cover still part of this Black Friday period, it also covers the Christmas period and the New Year's period. So it just felt like, whoa, what a simple shift, but actually it's so much better. And I was just not thinking of it. It was just like, oh, I need to get this finished. And I took a step back, and I was like, hey, what if you just do the whole month of December? A really amazing offer where you just put everything you created on sale and see if somebody wants to buy. Right? Make it very affordable and see if people would love to get better by the work you do. And it was like, wow, this is so awesome. So better things came true by not doing it. I also have a little bit more time to create it because it's not December yet. I have a couple more days. Still, I'm almost ready for it, even though I didn't do much. But the most important thing is that I just didn't stress. It's so important. Like, man, I after this experience, I had multiple realizations over the last years, but after this experience, is so clear to me. We are not supposed to stress. Spirit doesn't want us to stress. It's just simply not done. We can challenge ourselves. That's good. But let's challenge ourselves in the things we actually want to grow in. Let's not just create challenges just for the sake of urgency or priority on things that are not really moving the needle. Just because you put in your mind, oh, that really needs to be finished at that date, and start to get all hurried up, right? So let's be okay with respecting our bodies. Let's be okay with taking care of ourselves. Let's be okay with divine timing. Let's surrender a little bit more. Let's trust a little bit more. How does that feel? Let's take a big breath together. And just allow yourself to remove the stress of your shoulders and remove the stress of your mind. Just visualize the stress moving out of your being. And let's take another big deep breath and do the same. Any stress that is left, just move it out of your system. And just ask your inner being the question, how would life be like if I stopped creating stress with my mind? How would life be like when I trusted divine timing a little bit more? How would life be like if I just listened to the signals of my body and the signals of the rest that I need? And allow yourself to just breathe and feel into the possibility of that and how that is received by your body. Your body might get very calm from it, and your mind can be too, but maybe the fixer or the planner or the I'm afraid things go wronger in your mind might freak out a little bit by this. And then you immediately notice which part of your being really loves this possibility and which part of your being actually is a little bit freaking out by it. And it's okay, it's just really, really valuable to just notice. Let's from this moment forward only consciously challenge ourselves in the things we want to get better in or the things that really improve our life. And all of the other mind made stress that can or come from your own mind, or from your boss, or from your manager, or from your family, or from your children. All of that, what if you just say no to that? You just say, no, I am done letting this stress run my life. I consciously will trust and surrender with the knowing this that even if I take a break, that break will be respected and that everything will be all right. And that when I take a break and a step back, I actually allow better options to come into my life. How does that feel? It can be very powerful to make such a decision. And I know I am making such a decision. And the question really is, it might already felt really good for you, and I really celebrate you on that. But you might also have felt like parts of your being really freaking out by this video. Your planner, your fixer, your overachiever, the parts of your mind that really want to get things done. And a question to them I have like, what are you afraid of happening? And to those parts, not to you, but to those mental parts, to these little yous in your mind that are freaking out. What are you actually afraid of? Maybe like, oh my god, maybe my boss will judge me. Maybe I will be fired or something like that. You can ask yourself, but is that really that bad? Like, is that really like a life or death situation? Most of the time, not. But our nervous system is reacting to these situations. And then the next question, not to these little parts, but actually to you, is would you love to let your life be run by these little parts in your mind that are freaking out and wanted to fix and wanted to plan and want to make sure everything is on time and want to make sure nobody will judge you and you will be seen as a hardworking bee or as a valuable member of your family or whatever the thing is for you? Or would you love to be run by a part or by a space, I might say, that already knows you're loved, that already knows you're okay, that already knows you're just completely good as you are, even if you take rest, even if you go on a holiday, even if you take a break without any justification. Just say that you need it and just see what happens, like that space of allowance. Would you love to run from that space of allowance, or would you love to be run by these little parts in your mind that want to create stress and want to run and want to hurry and want to make sure everything is okay? Because it is a choice. It might never felt like a choice before, but it is a choice. Like you can choose from which energy you come from and from which energy you run your life. And it's so powerful to become conscious of the parts and the mental patterns that are currently running your life. So, to conclude and to make this very practical, make a decision. Just if you somehow found clarity in this video and you're like done with stress, you're done with, like what we talked about in this video, make the decision. Say, okay, this is not how I'm gonna run my life anymore. Create stronger boundaries. Allow yourself to give the breaks you deserve and your body asks for. Allow yourself to take steps back so that new information can come in and you can rejuvenate. You deserve that. And it actually creates respect from others, which might be very counterintuitive to your mind. But if you make such a decision, you just say, I felt I'm overworked, or I felt I'm really overwhelmed. I need to take a step back. Most people are actually respecting you for that, even though your fear or anxiety in your mind might feel, oh my God, they might fire me. No, most people will respect that decision because they feel and see inside of you that you became centered inside of yourself. You found out what was truly important and you communicate that importance. A lot of people are afraid to do that. But by you displaying that, they actually are inspired and respect you for it. It's a very powerful decision. So, if you want to make it practical and you're still watching this, I appreciate you. And I would love for you to make that decision to strengthen your boundaries and to say, this is how I'm going to live from now on. A new level of respect, a new level of rest and rejuvenation, and better possibilities will be part of your life if you do so. I hope this was helpful. I'm going to continue to rejuvenate. Much love. Much love. I wish you a beautiful Black Friday and holiday weekend if you're watching this at the moment I'm recording this. And yeah, I'm going to get better and I will let you know when my things are in sale all in divine timing. But for now, just big hug. I appreciate you, I respect you, and I see you in the next video.